Hey guys, and I'm back. So if you watched my fear video, you know that I was leaving the country to go to Lebanon, and I am back now. I have finished my vacation and it was beyond amazing. Between the people, the food, the sights, the sounds, the smells, like everything about it was so good. I am so happy that I went and feel so silly that I was scared for any reason. Also, Leo is like on the table right now, shaking the camera. What was that noise, buddy? So yes, Lebanon is amazing. I've come back from this trip with a renewed sense of joy and passion for all the things that I've been doing, and I'm super excited to get back into this vlog and actually making 2 videos a week and doing my startup, all of the stuff that I was doing before, but doing it better and doing it quicker so that I can get to where I want to be in life. I don't know about you guys, but one of the things that motivates me more than just about anything is travel, because I love doing it and I love seeing different people in different places and different things and eating different food and listening to different music and going to different cafes and trying different stuff. And you can only do that if you can afford it. So one of the things that motivates me to work harder, to be better, to have more, funds is travel. This Lebanon trip just reiterated that in my mind, and I'm ready to get things done. And while we're on the topic of money, that brings up the subject of today's video, which is a little bit awkward, and I get asked it a decent amount of times, and that is, should I do unpaid work? Now this question hurts me because I have an answer that I want to say, and that I will say, but I also know that it's not practical. And then there's the answer that is just like kind of the real world scenario that some people live in. So here it goes. In a perfect world, if everything were lollipops and gumdrops and rainbows, you should never do unpaid work. If it's at all possible, I would go out and look for a job for a long time before you even consider doing unpaid work. And when I say free work here, that means anything from unpaid internships to freelancing to make a random website for the restaurant down the street. If you have family, friends, or members of your community that need a website, or if it's volunteer work for a good cause, open source projects, things like that, those are absolutely fine to contribute to, and those actually progress your career just like paid work does, because you can use them on your portfolio. But if what you are working on is going to be commercially viable for someone else that you don't know and you don't owe any favors to, you're just doing it to have the experience to put something on your resume that you did that's out there in the world, in a perfect world, I would say don't do it. Now, here is the real world answer. Sometimes you may have to do it. And here's a scenario in which I could totally see why somebody would want to do free work. They've been out there and they've been searching for a job for 3 to 6 months, and they keep hearing the excuse that they don't really have any real experience, and that's why nobody's taking them seriously. Being able to do something for free for, say, a company, and like you're making a restaurant's website or you're making a small business website and they can't pay you, is real experience, because the employer doesn't know that you didn't get paid to do it, and you can say you were the web developer for this website that a commercial entity is using. The problem with it is that you're spending hours and hours of your time using a skill that you use that is in demand and that people pay for without getting paid for it. And that sucks, and it's not right, and it's not fair, and it shouldn't happen. But sometimes if you live in an area where the job market isn't great, or the job market's oversaturated with junior developers, and you need something to stand out, it can help. Other option for unpaid work typically is like an unpaid internship. Those are useful for the experience side of things, and they're useful because you get to put a company name on your resume. But they also tend to take up more time than just building like a one-off website for someone. I just don't love the idea of you working for a company that's making money, that has employees, and you're not getting paid for it. If they can't afford to have an intern, I really just wish they don't hire an intern at all. Most of the time, that's just my brain that doesn't, I just can't process unpaid work. It just doesn't jive in my mind. It hurts me. But once again, if you're in a very competitive market and you need this extra leg up, a letter of recommendation from an unpaid internship, or even the unpaid internship turning into a full-time position, could be that foot in the door you need, and I understand that, and that's just the real world side of this thing. And sometimes you just have to play the game and you can't have everything you want. Now, just because something is unpaid doesn't mean you can't get a benefit out of it. And this is the maybe like old sales side of me. But what I would suggest, if you're doing a website for a restaurant or a local small business or anything like that, try to trade services for services. Like, get free meals out of it because you're making this website. Sure, they may not be able to pay you $500 to make a website, but if they can give you like 15 free meals or something, hey, that's better than nothing. And that's real value for something that you made. You get something out of it, they get something out of it, and that's a much more fair trade than you just handing them over a website that they're going to use and them saying thanks. All right, guys, that's all I have today. I would love to hear your thoughts on unpaid work. If you have a story from your past where you did it and it was good or bad or indifferent, feel free to leave it down below. Or if you have an opportunity to do unpaid work that you want to ask me about, feel free to leave that there too. Small sidebar on comments. I know I've been bad about replying. I was out of the country and the internet was like really bad in Lebanon. So I'm going to get back on that. Also, if you've sent me an email in the past couple of weeks, I probably haven't responded to it and it's probably buried. And I apologize wholeheartedly for that. But if you had a question that I can still answer, that I can still help with, feel free to send it now, and I promise I will get back to you within a couple of days. All right, so if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button because they are super awesome and they make me smile. Also, if you want to hit that subscribe button and keep following along with the journey, that would be really cool as well. I'm back in the States now and ready to keep making videos and grow this channel and make it bigger and better and more awesome for you guys. And yeah, I just love this community so much, and I just want to say thank you once again for being here and supporting me and supporting all the other YouTube channels like me, because they're all awesome. And yeah, just thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.